Hi and welcome to what is personally one of my finest moments, that is hosting Putting Nutrition First in Zambia. My name is Josie Perry. On today's show, we talk food diversity with a little slant towards the importance of traditional foods. And as usual, we have something exciting on movers and shakers and on our recipe for today. I'll be back in a moment.
These are women of Makangila Ward of Chief Chinyaku's area of Chipata district in the Eastern Province. They are happy receiving a team from the National Food and Nutrition Commission who are spearheading the Scaling Up Nutrition Program on behalf of the government of Zambia and its cooperating partners. Their stories are worth listening to.
Timaphunzira mnjira kuti ngati pamene tina anatipasa wailesi tinaphunzira denise lomba nase pamene tinaphunzira tinaziwa kuti koma apa lomba tisinthe so lomba nase tasintha nakuza tiphunzisako so tivanzathu mminzi kuti nawo vasinthe so taganiza kuti taenda kwa mwale kumasikero konse tukuya
phindu yonkhalira membala wakabungwe yaka vayasu akatiphunzisa timatola mu mfundo komanso nophunzisako so tayasu phindu yake monga neyo kamusidwe kamwana nezo ziva lini bwinobwino koma lomba neziva kunena kuti ponyosha mwana ufunika konse ka blood kaitetiani kalove koma so kaphikidwe neziwo nena kuti vopasa mwana kaphikidwe lomba nuziva lokuphunzisa yangu ni kwanisha kuphunzisa.
Men are rightfully said as heads of households. They do not want to be left out in matters of helping their families deal with malnutrition. They are a part of the team that finds time to listen to radio programs that have since helped them and helped their families.
Nazipeza pano pala zimai tinambira pamozi grupu yasu ya tilimbikisane kisani so pamene naonera pamene tinambira grupu yasu iyi tinankhaya chinthu chakuti taona kuti mkati mwa muzi mwasumu vintu vambiri vachitatiani vasintha makamaka vana venzeri wala malnutrition yawa taona kuti masiku vano vana malnutrition mkati mwa muzi mwathu mulibe vambiri ndiponso tinali kuyenda pamodzi na grupu lathu ili kupita miezi inango kuphunzisa tinali kuphunzira vana vakuti vadwala sometimes tinali kutengako vakudya kuvathandiza vana amenewa pa naifa zibambo tugwapo pakaphikidwe ka kodyesa vana kulingana kuti kaveriseyo ndiye tusakira vonse vofunikira kuti vana vakukudya.
As can be seen from this demonstration by Mary Shower, women, when empowered with knowledge, can be a conduit for teaching the community on how they can access information and raise a well-informed generation.
Tikakumana tikafuka pa chiviri 14 hours ndepa tutola radio hii tikalie segula ngati taona kuti umu mkati mulie tumachani chitula tu network twawo tikaona kuti mulie tushitola neyambo pukusa huko tushitukusa so mpaka na kazule soka kazula ndepa tusegula huko so apa tikaisegula basi tukuzo zungurusha kali palulu na kuzotinika soti hapa na kuzo yenda soti pamina palulu na kuza umumuli number 4 na kuzotinika soti tikazotinika number 4 kwa kuza jingo nyanja basi tikuza soti na kuzotinika soti hapa tukuza soti 1 2 3 number 3 tukuzotinika soti hapa tikazotinika hapa nishuko fanika yambe program yaso
ndani ndimanja awili program yakadyesedwe kabwino ndikasamalidwe kabwino kamwana yomwe cholinga chake ndikufuna kuphunzisa momwe tingakhalire ndi ana athanzi ndiponso okondwa okubweresera program iyi ndi achigawo cha National Food and Nutrition Commission ndi ena ogwirizana nawo.
Matthews Tembo is a community development officer working in Makangila Ward. He explains the means by which the SUN project is using to reach out to everyone with information on nutrition.
In Makangila Ward concerning scaling up nutrition that we are talking about here, we are on the ground sensitizing the communities on the issue of stunted growth that we are having over our children, especially in this ward. So what our aim is to overcome the issue of stunted growth that a lot of children are faced with in our ward. Yeah. So in doing that, we are sensitizing the women groups, we are involving the farmers, the farmer groups, even in the villages, in communities, where we are starting at sensitizing them. Immediately, the woman at conception level, we are sensitizing them on how to go about up to the delivery stage, up to maybe the child is 5 years of age.
Radio, if used well, is a tool that can change people's lives in regards to knowledge acquisition in the fight against stunting in children.
It's now time for our main interview, and our guest is Dr. Rada Mugode, Head of Training and Collaboration Unit at the National Food and Nutrition Commission. We invited her here for a special reason, and that's to discuss food diversity, where we'll look at the importance of traditional foods. Dr. Mugode, welcome to Putting Nutrition First in Zambia.
Thank you, and hello, viewers.
Right. What we'd like to start with is the definition. What is dietary diversity?
Well, for us to understand dietary diversity, we need to understand the two words, dietary and diversity. Diet, we are looking at the way of eating that has become a habit for an individual or a household. Our diversity, we are looking at variety. So when we talk of dietary diversity, we are looking at how varied or what is the kind of variety the diet has for that individual or a family. So if you want to measure dietary diversity, we actually look at the number of foods or food groups that an individual consumed or a household over a period of time that you are trying to understand the dietary diversity. It's a very important component in nutrition because it helps us to understand, to achieve a healthy diet.
Now, what is a healthy diet in this case?
A healthy diet is a diet that actually provides most of all the nutrients or most of the nutrients that the body needs in the right amounts. And it's actually supposed to meet about 3 key components. It has to be adequate, it has to be balanced, and also it has to have a variety. So if someone is able to meet the 3 components, it means they are able to build a healthy diet in whatever setting they are in, or the age category they are in, or the sex, or even in the economic setting that they are in.
Thank you very much. Now, when I was growing up and we were learning about nutrition in school, I'm sure that should have been in primary school, we always talked about a balanced diet. And I think then, now that I know a little more about nutrition, that it was a simplistic definition. I would like you to tell us in your own words, from a nutrition point of view, what is a balanced diet?
Well, yeah, as I explained earlier on, you saw that actually a healthy diet has 3 components, and being balanced is one of them. So a balanced diet, we are looking at a diet that can provide most of the nutrients in the right proportion for an individual. You know that individuals have levels of nutrients that they need to meet for them for the body to function properly. Now, these nutrients we are talking about, remember, they are coming from the foods that we eat. And one key thing that we need to understand about the nutrients is that they should not be too little or too much. So when we are consuming food, we need to be mindful that we are consuming the right amounts. And we have foods come from different groups. We have those that come from the plant source, others are animal source. We take, for example, the fruits and the vegetables, which are a plant source. They provide us most of the nutrients and the minerals that the body needs. When you look at the animal source and the cereals, actually they provide us with most of the energy or the calories that the body needs. The calories, we are looking at the energy that the body needs to function, and it comes from food. So if for example, an individual takes too much of calories, it means they are out of balance. This is when you see that actually it becomes harmful to our body, because it may lead to overweight or obesity. It even increases the risk to NCDs, which are non-communicable diseases like diabetes or heart diseases. And also, for example, if one takes a diet that is too high in vitamin A beyond what the body requires, they are out of balance as well, because it may cause toxicity to the body. So when you look at the balance or a balanced diet, it's very important for us to prevent malnutrition, and also it helps us to reduce the risk we have towards the NCDs, the non-communicable diseases, which I mentioned earlier on, such as diabetes or heart diseases or some cancers.
Right, so engaging the balance here, is it the amount of food or what is actually contained? Because that becomes scientific. How would the ordinary person know?
Yeah, the balance, actually, yes, we are looking at the amount of food, because when you eat too much of something, remember I explained that food provides us the nutrients that we need. So when you take too much of certain foods, you find that it becomes out of balance, because it's providing too much of that nutrient that is in that food, or the nutrients. Usually we get more than one nutrient from each food.
Thank you very much. Now today we are really focusing on traditional foods, and I would like you to explain to us, how are we faring in terms of the variety of foods in Zambia, generally and maybe specifically to region?
Actually, variety is there. We have plenty of food. If we follow the food groups, we have the cereals, where you find more of maize, wheat, and those grains. We have vegetables, we have fruits, we have all those groups that we can think of. So when you get into a society, they have all those. When we have maize, we have sorghum, we have millet. When you look at tubers, we have cassava. Now we have these upcoming yams in the country, which people are also growing and preparing. We also have fruits, plenty of them. We have guavas. We also have wild fruits like mchinga. I don't know what they call it in English. We have baobab, fruits. We have so much. It's just up to us to follow the variety that we want.
Okay, so the question that one would pose here is, if we have so much variety in Zambia, why are we looking down on traditional foods?
Well, probably what we should look at here, I don't know whether I would say to look down at the traditional foods, but what happens is that whenever there is change in society, the diet also follows the similar change. What I'm trying to explain here is that over time, we have, more people moving into urban areas, and they are changing the way of life. So when we have a busy society, a changing society like that, you find that even the type of food that is available on the market also changes. We tend to have more of processed foods. than the traditional foods. They may be there, but people may opt more to have the non-traditional foods because usually they are easy to prepare, and sometimes I would say, for lack of better words, they are more palatable. Why they are palatable is that when the process of processing them, actually they add ingredients that make them more palatable. They taste better, the texture is good, the smell is good, even the appearance is good when you compare them with the traditional food. So we tend to think that actually the non-traditional foods are better, when in actual sense they are not even better, because when you look at the ingredients, mostly the common ones being salt, sugar, and oil, which they put in those non-traditional foods, they are not good for our health. Those are the ingredients that are responsible for much of the diseases that we see nowadays, like diabetes, overweight, obesity. These are the kind of ingredients that actually have made us be what we are nowadays. We are always complaining of not being well, being too fat, diabetes, heart disease, people have cancers. So we really need to watch over the foods that we eat. The other thing is that apart from them being palatable, actually you find that they are quicker to make. When someone has a busy schedule, it's easier to get the non-traditional foods like the tinned food, those which are already processed. You can just warm them on the pan, eat, and move on with your business.
Okay, we're running out of time, but very quickly here, I would like you to tell us about what you're doing about it as the National Food and Nutrition Commission, with specific reference to the food consumption survey.
Well, the food consumption survey that we are currently trying to undertake, we want to understand the consumption patterns of the individuals. And among the other things that we are doing with the food consumption is listing of the foods. We list the food so that we know what kind of foods that people consume in our society. In addition to that, it will not end there. We want to see the foods that we can promote, especially the traditional foods. The reason may be that some of the traditional foods, they are much cheaper to get than when you go for non-traditional foods. Even people who don't have a lot of money, who don't earn a lot of high income, they can still access the traditional foods because you can easily grow them. In addition to that, they are also nutrient dense. Most of the non-traditional foods, the processed foods particularly, they are not comparable to traditional foods in terms of nutrient.
Okay, thank you very much. I guess we'll have to end there because we are running out of time. Dr. Mgode, I'd like to thank you for appearing on Putting Nutrition First in Zambia. And at the end of the food consumption survey, we'd like you to come back and explain to us your findings and what you're going to do with the results.
Yes, we'll be happy to do that. Thank you very much.
It's now time for Movers and Shakers in Nutrition. Just meet our next guest.
Venali matonje isetiri maorenji chitukuko chazimai nikugwirizana. Iruso vamene vananibweresera kuti iruso ipite pasogolo ni Ministry of Agriculture kuchokera ku Wasani Project. Ni vamene vanabweresa iruso kuti niyambe nayo kuti nizinda nayo pasogolo. Nirupasanso izimbewu zikachita multiply mwamene mkambira kandolo ni matyola chabe mavines nikatyola mavines nipereka ku under 5 akabwera kuja ku under 5 kumaskeo ni mavapasa kugavira azimayi kuti vachite multiply mmaminda mwawo ndiponso ni mapasa ngakhale ma cooperators pali pano napasa vanthu ambiri maningi izimbewu more than 500 kuti vachita multiply manyumba mwawo ngakhale imbewu ya orange maize
nipereka kuli bacho amene baifuna kuti bachite multiply bazilima iyi yamene imana ma vitamin ngakhale mberesha amene muona nachita multiply ku banthu ambiri bamene nipasa cholinga ni chauti kupirimindira kuchepeseweko kuno ku area chifukwa banzatu ku southern province bakula batali bali healthy koma kuno ku eastern province timakula bafupi chifukwa timatenga zija zabwino nogulisa koma pali pano ndili waphunzisa kuti kuno tifanika kudya zinthu za thanzi zabwino pa nyumba. That's why mbereshi beans pali pano ndili wapasa kuti bazikula healthy bazikula na thanzi. Mwamene muionera beans yanga ni beans amene ili osamba, mwamene muionera ni mwamene azankhalira munthu amene wadya mbereshi beans pamodzi na orange maize pamodzi na orange sweet potato.
In keeping with today's theme, our recipe focuses on yet another traditional dish. Just watch this.
Nemo kulonda musambirije vino tukapanga keke wa usu wa malezi. Satupeka nyumukaka, sugar, flour kaeni usu wa malezi koeni. Muchele vyonsu paramika na baking powder na mayai. Yenga watolu usu wa funfumu ilumu mbale. Utola na sugar uitila mwenemu. Uitoanu tumusilia unyunga mwenemu wika mwenemu. Utaluvundoleja napo izutola bata na utapa maspuni ya ili nga maspuni yako ya usu yali ya ili bata fuile waya ama spuni ya ili yake bata wika mwenemu napo tampu kukomenga wako mitwe vya sankana bata sikoleka numuchele vyonsu sikoleka vya shuno ka vya lingana ningo na pyuta. Utolu mukaka na ufile watu wata makapu ya ili panusu wali uli makapu ya ili utolu mukaku uitila mkwepa kwepa usu makapu yo ili koeni na putampu kukomia kawakomea wako ndiwene vyakomeka vyalingana utukwele vintu vyana ningo vyatelepa vitanga vipange mapoto inukweleke vintu vivi yena putoli mpoto uituli mumpoto munu tu salad uteka na pamoto ngawateka pamoto lenu tola tumoto tumwi pa nkupiko no tumoto tumwi pansi ukupikira ningo lero tufumia kwa na mano nene vyapye kuyikusuntula kapapita vinango 15 minutes uvimbululo lumuka sitoka spoon so ulola vintu vyapye nango vitali vipye na vitali vipye wenu suilija aba mane epula nteka na pansi ivizuka ngavyazuka lya kutatwale nimbale na nkatire apano fumfumuila ala yaya keke hiyo.
And that's where we end today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you soon, and please like us on Facebook and visit our website at www.nfnc.org.zm. To the production crew, many thanks. I'm Josie Piri saying bye now.
Nutrition is the heart of a nation, yes. It's the